He's like, Terrell just got ran over by a car.
TJ family. Terrell Jarius. There's nothing that we can do, 'cause I'm right here next to you. Yeah, you are family.
What is up, T&J fam? We are back with another video, and we are coming to you with a story time. Story time. We haven't done one of these in a while.
I ain't looking forward to this story time though, because
I don't know
this
why
brings
this
back
about
some
me.
memories.
But anyways, before we get into this story time, what we need them to do, baby?
Good job. We need them to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that bell.
Click the bell.
Click the bell.
And follow our social media channels below. All right, guys. So this particular story time, as you can tell by the title, is when I got robbed. Me, guys. I got robbed.
But let's talk about, more importantly, how traumatizing that was for me.
Boy, nobody care about your trauma. What about my trauma?
You went through trauma, but like, Terrell, that was a lot for me.
Anyways,
That was a lot, y'all.
let me tell you about young Terrell living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Tell them that.
It was approximately September 12th, 2014, guys.
Mm.
You know, I was still handsome, still a snack like I am today. Ain't much has changed. And you know, just hard working in college. You know, a new iPhone was coming out. Y'all know iPhones come out. They announce them they come out in October, right?
No, they come out in September.
They come out in September, and this was September 12th. I was gonna sell my old phone on Craigslist so that I had money to get my new phone. You know?
Stop! The first problem is he was trying to sell that phone on Craigslist. You know better than that.
So plenty of things on Craigslist.
Well, and that ain't happened to me, so that should tell you shouldn't be doing it anyway.
Anyways, sold it on Craigslist.
Woo!
You know, people was trying to negotiate prices with me, but I'm the master negotiator. I finally found this one person that was willing to buy it. So as you can see on this, like in this thread, I was asking him like, what kind of vehicle will you be in? This was like at 8 o'clock at night. That was dumb too. So I was texting him because I was about to meet back up, and he wasn't responding. Listen, it was God for like 15 minutes, and I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, sorry man, I'm having car trouble. I'll call you tomorrow if you still have it. So I was like,
Dang.
okay. Like, I was disappointed because I was like, okay, like I was that much closer to selling my phone, and then I didn't. So the next day, 10:08, I was like, you know, what's, again, divine intervention, guys. God was trying to send me a
Boy,
message.
you over here stuttering. I'm like, get your words together.
The next day, I was like, good morning, what time is good for you today, or have you changed your mind? He didn't respond at all. So I was just like, okay, like, he don't want to buy this. Like, I'm over it. This is that afternoon. He was like, you available? Like 6 hours later. And I was at work, and I was like, yeah. He was like, I get off in 5 minutes. What side of town you on? So I was working at AT&T in Town Center at the time. So I was like, all right, well, this is like, you know.
It's the Buckhead.
Okay.
Of Baton Rouge.
If y'all are familiar with Atlanta areas, it's just real nice. They have a Publix.
It's real uppity.
They have a Publix.
Publix don't mean...
No, not a Publix. They have a Whole Foods.
Okay.
Now that means something. It wasn't Publix, it's a Whole Foods. Had a Whole Foods middle of the day, guys. It's like 5 o'clock. So I was like, he was like, all right, call you in a few. I clocked out. He called me, and he was just like, you know, oh, I'm about to pull up. Took my like work uniform on because I didn't want people knowing where I work. And then I'll tell y'all why that was important later.
I'm about to get so emotional.
I'll tell y'all why that was important later. Took my work shirt off, clocked out, went outside, sold the phone. Well, or I thought I was selling the phone. So I met up with him. He got out the car. He was in the passenger seat. He gets out of the car. I walk up and meet him. We're like going, making sure it's no like iCloud lock on it or whatever. And I'm like showing him the phone. The guy is like still, it's a person in the driver's seat. And he like left his door open. Again, y'all, like ignoring all like signs, my better judgment, just because I'm so hype about this phone. I'm like, okay, I'm finally about to sell it. Like I can get my new phone. He like, all of a sudden, like he asked me something, and like I look down, and he like knocks me in my face, and I'm just like, what? Like, you ever just like something just caught you off guard? Like I was just in shock. He like snatches the phone and like jumps in the car. So your boy wasn't going out like no punk. Listen, it was so stupid looking back on it, but at that very moment, y'all was not about to play me. My adrenaline was running. I felt like I had just, well, I got robbed. Like, so I jumped. His window was down, dummy. I literally ran as fast as I could because the lick, like, it didn't knock me out, but it like caught me off guard, so it stunned me. And I ran and jumped through the passenger window and was just like grabbing my phone. The guy, like, I'm fighting him in the passenger window trying to grab my phone. The driver pulls me in and like speeds up in a parking lot, mind you, and is about to go like to a street. And this is like a busy street. Again, it's tons of people outside probably just looking at me. My legs are dangling out of the car, like I'm just driving. It's like he speeds up before he gets to the road, like they both just like push me out and I just rolled like a good 10 times, guys.
Why is that funny?
It was because it was so stupid of me to do it, but I felt played at the moment. I'm like, no. Like, you're not about to get away with that.
Meanwhile, in case you guys are wondering, I'm at work too. So I worked for AT&T at a different location. And I'm just sitting up here at work. I done got me a nice little sale. I'm over here handling my customer, being all friendly and whatnot. And Terrell calls me. At that time, we had Bluetooth. We was required to have them. He calls me and I'm like, ignore. Like,
Ain't that something?
I'm working with a customer. Then he like calls me again and I ignore it. No,
but let me tell y'all
no,
how.
I answered it, right?
But yeah, but let me tell y'all how I did it. When I got pushed out the car, I'm dazed at this point. Like, I'm scarred up. Y'all can see the pictures. I'm all scarred up. I'm just like laying on the ground and I'm trying to like get up. And now all these people, look, let me tell you guys something. I was kind of mad because I was like, I know all of y'all saw me like getting drugged in this car. Everybody like ran over like after it was all said and done. It was like, no, stay down, stay down. I didn't have my work shirt on and somebody was just like, do you work here? Do you work here? Like everybody's just like yelling in my face and I'm just laying on the ground. Bleeding, all I see is blood. I was like, I work at AT&T. So they run over to AT&T and I guess tell my manager. But they told them like I got hit by a car. Everybody's freaking out. My manager ran over and I think by the time they got over, like the ambulance had already took me. But this is the funny part. I'm laughing because it was, y'all know your boy is frugal. Y'all, they said the ambulance is coming get you. The first thing I said was, oh, I could drive myself. They was like, you need to go to the hospital, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, I could drive myself. They was like, no, you have to go to the ambulance. I'm like, how much that's gonna cost?
Now this boy has just been robbed.
How much?
Worrying about
how much that? Because I'm still trying to get my phone. How much this ambulance is gonna cost? I don't know what my deductible is on this insurance, and y'all trying to take me? They was like, no, we have to take you. We have to take you. We got to do this report. Blah blah blah. They didn't have to take me. Okay, I found that out later. But anyway, getting the ambulance. I'm laying down. I'm trying to sit up. I'm aching, but you know, like when your adrenaline's running, you don't feel the pain. Like I'm trying to sit up and I'm trying to talk, and my work phone. I had my work phone. It cracked. The screen cracked. It still had like a voice activated, not Siri because it was like an Android, but you can still, oh, you was like, hey Google. So I was like, hey Google, like call, and I'm like saying the number, but like the ambulance people are like pushing me down, like telling me to lay down, or they're talking, so like I keep messing up. I finally got the number, Jarius ignored it, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Called again, finally got it again, all the while I'm in the ambulance, like pissed off. Like they had ripped my pants, like they cut my pants.
Just got them Levi jeans too.
Just got my Levi's.
About that.
I had just got my Concords, my Jordans.
They was all scraped up. Like,
because my feet was dragging the ground. Like I was over it. And he's not answering the phone. So I call again. He's like, Terry, I'm with a customer, and like hangs up before I could even say anything. So at this point, I just like lay back and I'm just like,
but then,
I'm done.
This is, so I say that and I hang up because I'm with the customer. Then my manager comes up to me. He pulls me to the side and he was just like, so I have something to tell you. And I'm like, what? He's like, Terrell just got ran over by a car. Like, y'all, I literally dropped my iPad and I was like, what? And he was just like, I don't know all the details. The other store just called me. He was outside trying to do something and like somebody ran over him. You need to go to the hospital. Literally, he doesn't give me any information. So it's just like, at this point, I'm like, I don't know if he's alive, what's going on. So I literally dropped everything, and it was at that point that everybody knew we was together. Because like I literally started panicking. Like, I don't know if y'all ever been in that situation, but just to know that like your spouse could be dead and not knowing what's the status with them, that was scary. So I jump in my car. I'm literally speeding over 100 miles an hour, reckless, trying to get to the hospital. Called him. He's like on the phone, like moaning and groaning and just.
I don't even think that you were able to call me. me. You called my mama though, and you freaked her out. Cause I think everybody was saying the same story. Like everybody was saying I got ran over by a car, and I don't know how y'all thought I was gonna survive that.
But then I get to the hospital. 2 of his coworkers are there. They are bawling, crying, and like nobody knows we together at this point. So I'm like trying to keep it together. But then like I pulled the curtain back and I see him, and it was just like blood everywhere, and it was just like his pants are all ripped up.
They had me all exposed in front of people.
Like, didn't you have like a mark on your face?
I got a picture of that too.
It was just like bloody and stuff, and I just had to close the curtain and like compose myself, because it's just like you just don't expect that. And I think all
bad stuff be happening to me.
I think, no, seriously though, like I think I took that moment for granted, because it's like you get into such a routine that like you leave with the expectation that you're coming home, and you leave just thinking like, oh well, we argued last night, I'm gonna just be pissed off because I want him to apologize first. And literally like that didn't happen, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
we do that all the time, and it was just a very scary moment. But then I think the after effects more worse than anything else, because then it was just like traumatizing to the point to where we didn't know whether we could literally be in Walmart and we can run up.
That was scary. For the longest, and I'm not a scary person, but I had, because we lived in the same, because they didn't catch him right then. I actually had to, we were playing Inspector Gadget, because I had his number. He didn't use a fake number, and we ended up finding it, just like paying for all type of probably like BS subscriptions on Google, like trying to link it to somebody. It was so awkward for me. I would freak out. We went to the movies. I felt like I thought I saw him there, and I just like I was just ready to go. It was like that for the longest, just going to different places. It was like weird.
I mean, but I feel like that would be for anybody though. Like you literally had such a traumatizing experience, and the person wasn't caught. You didn't really know who it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like I had a clear, like I was able to ID him when I got photos, like they did a lineup, and I was able to ID him. But before, it was weird.
You just never knew, like if you would just run into this person like at the grocery store or anywhere. It was very traumatizing. And then for me, I think when the situation happened, my natural instinct is to protect and defend. And it's like I just got so angry, like I blew his phone up. I am literally going to hurt you.
Yeah, I saw.
And I'm trying to be very sensitive.
I'm trying to just to make it light. Yeah, y'all know what that reminds me of. What? Beyonce, you came into my house.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all,
touched my child.
If
I'll show you crazy.
Like gotten a hold to this boy at that time, I literally would have been in the penitentiary, because it would have been over. Okay.
The crazy thing is, I'm throwing major shade at East Baton Rouge right now too, because y'all seen the picture. They said that my injuries weren't
sufficient enough.
Yeah, like they weren't severe enough to like, because we found him. He actually ended up going to jail for something else. They said it wasn't severe enough to like charge him with not attempted murder or not even like attempted murder. It was like a BS like charge that they gave him, and
not even manslaughter or anything.
Manslaughter.
Like
that's like if he would have killed me.
Oh really? I thought it was a
manslaughter is if you kill somebody, but it wasn't even like a. I think it was.
I feel like they should have gave him manslaughter.
It was like a misdemeanor charge for the most part. Y'all, I was toe up. They try to kill your favorite bit, but I'm here,
blessed, and we are winning. And if this person just so happens to come across this video for whatever reason, and you catch this story and you remember that you did that, just know that any day, anytime, any given point of the year, it could definitely be on site.
Well guys, at the end of the day, that was the story when I got robbed. Again, that's the second thing bad that didn't happen to me. But I guess I just have bad luck like that.
And I always gotta deal with it.
Nothing bad ever happened to you, and you would think that it would.
Well, we'll save that for another story time, because stuff do be happening to me, but like the most intense stuff always happen to you. And then I'm always,
that's because,
let me tell y'all, I got PTSD, because now every time this boy call me randomly, or whenever he like texting me out the blue, and it's like out of the norm.
My skin cleared up good though.
I'd be like, what's going on? I'm so trained, because he done been in so much stuff. I'm so trained now, when it's not out of the ordinary, I just be like, so you just gonna block my eye? I just be like, Tara, what's going on? What's the problem?
He get on my nerves with that too, because I'll call and he'll be like, what? Like if I call at work and I just be like, boy, like, do we have milk?
Get all, and that be pissing me off too. And I'm just like, you know how you are. He always called like, and something's going on. Jarvis, I done got into a car accident. Oh, I done been robbed. Oh, I done went to jail. This, that, and the other.
Oh, okay. We're gonna save that for the next story time. We love you guys so much. Thanks for listening about my traumatic experience. But guess what? I'm still here, baby.
He still beat. And
Hey.
he's still mine, and it's still on site all 2019.
Until next time.